Amafh Farm is a company which started in 2003 with growing maize and tea. That was before the introduction of macadamia nuts. And at the same time, at the initial establishment of the farm, also some oranges were planted on the farm, together with the introduction of goats and sheep, which means Amafh is a diversified agro-industrial farm doing crops and animal husbandry. So the main enterprise on the farm is macadamia nuts, which was started around 2003. End of that, it was the preparation of the planting, with the main planting started in 2004. Up to now, macadamia farming is more than 80% of the enterprise on the farm, and already the production or harvesting of macadamia was started about 5 years after the initial plantings, which is the normal production stage of macadamia nuts. Because after planting macadamia nuts, you expect this first production to come in 4-5 years. That is from the date of planting. So macadamia has been planted on the farm on more than 700 acres, which means some of the plants were done in 2004, some 2005, increasing like that up to now. We are still growing with a target of more than 1,000 acres on the farm. So the process of macadamia, which is the main crop which we are going to promote, being produced on the farm as well as on other outgrowers. Yes, we have already established the macadamia factory, which ensures a complete value chain for the macadamias. That is from planting right up to the processing. This is the factory where we do the processing. The nuts which come to this factory are harvested from the field and de-husked on the initial processing, which is the primary processing of the plant outside this main processing facility, to get this nut, which will be brought into the factory for drying, sorting, grading, as well as cracking. The current production on the farm is mainly processed for export, which is these nuts here you are seeing are already sorted, dried, and already graded, which is ready for processing to the final product. This facility does the processing to the final product, of which our brand name is Makarika. We have different flavors, which is salted nuts, which we call Saltorica. We have honey-coated nuts, which we call Hanrika, as well as mixed nuts, which we will also be producing on in this factory, is Mixrika. All those names come from the main brand name, which is Makarika. Our main target market on the export, besides the current market of China, is Europe, the Asian countries, meaning Turkey, Russia, and the Middle East. We also target Canada, the US, as well as the rest of the East African region and the rest of Africa, where the nuts are consumed. Macadamia is still a new product throughout the world, which means of the tree nuts which are consumed in the world, macadamia is still very new, with South Africa as the main producer, also Kenya producing a lot in the world, besides Australia and the US. We are also promoting the growing of macadamia in all the regions of Uganda, which means from the east to the west, as well as throughout the central into the north. We want a lot of outgrowers to be growing macadamia. The factory is ready, so there is an assured market for the macadamia nuts which they are going to produce. Already we have a very big market which we cannot supply at the moment, which we want the outgrowers to be contributing more nuts for processing. Not to worry about the market part, which we are already covering and assuring to the growers. My name is Joshua Mutiponze, working as the operations manager for Amafh Farms Limited.